let's do this for real. For real. Let's really be for real with this situation. Right now, we had Clash of Champions 35. The year, like earlier in the year, we had Clash of Champions 34. We had 2 title matches. We had the Cruiserweight title, which was Dean Malenko and Ultimo Dragon.
See,
and then
he's alluded to 34 because he didn't even watch this joke.
Oh, I said 34. I said 34. 34 was we had 2 matches for titles, and then this year, then 35, we had 3 matches. So they amped it up, but overall, it was still like, why? Now in today's time, why are we watching this? During that time, people were into it. It was on TBS. You could watch a pay-per-view labeled event while watching regular TV on a regular night. So let's be for real here. You had people. You hold on, time out.
Hold on.
People.
Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Can you define what pay-per-view stands for?
Yes, it was a show that people had to pay for that was unlocked at a specific time of the night. That's what pay-per-view means. Do you have anything else to say?
Did people pay for this on TBS?
No, this wasn't a pay-per-view. It was on regular television. It was on regular cable television. That's my whole point.
Just say it was a special event.
Okay, so anyway, before Quavo tried to cut me off again and be dumb, so anyway, you had people on this show who were big names on 35. Steve McMichael, who was a big name at the time because he was an NFL player. Then you had Jeff Jarrett, who has been well known through his NWA days for a long time. Raven, who was on the come up. Alex Wright, who, for real, people liked him because of the dance and how obnoxious he was.
Him and Disco Inferno.
Oh, him too. People liked him because of how obnoxious he was. Ultimo Dragon, again, we go back in time. He was favored then because he came from the Lucha Libre style. He actually got the Cruiserweight title by having like 30,000 belts on him and winning. Chris Jericho was there. Eddie Guerrero was there. You're talking about big names who make who make a difference in the long scheme of wrestling. Kurt Hennig, Ric Flair. Do I really need to say more? Kurt Conan, Six, X-Pac. For real, this event was actually star-studded with people, but when it came down to the actual matches, the event was boring. Everything was boring with this event. During that time, it was cool. We had DDP, Lex Luger, Randy Savage, and Scott Hall wrestling in a tag team match against one another. The event sold itself just from that one match for real. But we had a show that was just like, at the time, WCW, it was good. You watch that now, Mel, would you have rewatched this? Would you rewatch this again? Marshall, you're older than me. No disrespect. Would you rewatch this again?
Not voluntarily.
I grew up during this era. I was born.
We all grew up during this era.